Yo, Dream Team, it's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video. We are back with our guy Nalf. I learned how to fit in with the Germans. Before we dive into this, y'all know I need y'all to smash that subscribe button, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. If you guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon and drop it in the comment section. What we got, Nalf?
Over the course of my time in Germany, I have slowly but surely learned how to fit in with Germans. And through my extensive research on this subject, I've come across a very interesting and true saying, and that is, Americans are like peaches, Germans are like coconuts. I will explain this later.
Hard exterior, soft inside. Soft exterior, hard inside.
Through the process of filming this video, I actually came to a realization about Germans that I can't believe took me 7 years to notice, which I'll tell you later.
Now, if you've watched my channel for a while, seen some of my older videos, or maybe you watch Another American in Germany, you've probably heard about the infamous German stare.
No, this video is not about the German stare. Nobody can explain it. But it's about small little behaviors that make someone just not quite fit in Germany.
Now, I've seen many attempts at explaining this colossal mystery, but I keep the opinion that it is one of the biggest mysteries of the universe, and there is no real explanation for it. However, I think we can all agree that when people or things stick out and don't fit in, people tend to stare more. There's a lot of things that Americans do that make them not fit into German society and therefore amplify the German stare. So I still experience the staring today. However, I have developed techniques and ways to fit in more with Germans and therefore to reduce the amount of staring. And through this research, I have come to the most interesting conclusion I think I ever have about German people. And the last point on the list actually comes from the CIA training American spies on how to fit in other countries. So
one of the most mysterious things on earth is the German stare. It's unexplainable. And you know what I'm saying? The more you fit in with the Germans, I guess the less you get stared at. But until then, you're getting the stare, and you better get used to it.
American spies on how to fit in other countries. So, what are the ways to fit in with Germans? Clothes. Now, Germans typically dress a bit more formal and less casual. Americans are known for being incredibly casual with our dress. This is basically sort of how I would dress the first few years while in Germany. T-shirt, some shorts, my tall white socks, sort of baseball cap, trucker hat. I was wearing this type of stuff out and about in the city for my first few years, and I would get a lot of stares. The most stares I ever got in my life in Germany was when I was wearing shorts like this on a sort of cold day.
I'm wearing shorts, I walked around town a little bit, and I got a lot of stares and confused looks.
So this is really how you draw your attention to yourself and not fit in with Germans. So changing the way I dress from more outfits like this to this really helped me get less stares here in Germany. Sometimes though, I still rock the American style, and I will never not rock my tall white socks, but it does help to not wear athletic clothes all the time. One of my biggest anxieties in my first couple of years in Germany was getting a seat or table at a cafe or a restaurant. This is where I would experience a large bulk of staring, and it made me very uncomfortable, up until the point where oftentimes I would just get my food or coffee to go because it was so uncomfortable. Then I realized why people were staring. It was because when I'd go to a cafe or restaurant, I'd just stand in the doorway awkwardly waiting to be seated. because that's how you do it in the States. But here in
Yeah.
Germany, you just take your own seat. So people were staring because I walked in and there's just a guy standing in the doorway, and they're probably like, what the hell is this guy doing? Go sit down, man. Stop disrupting everybody. And so once I learned that, I stopped behaving that way, and I just get my own seats. Now I get a little bit less staring.
A little bit rainy in Schwab.
There you go. There you go. I understand it. That is the American way, right? To be seated. So I can just imagine seeing all these Germans who know how to take their own seats just staring at this man like, what is he doing? Why is he just standing there? There's so many seats around? Why is he not just sitting down? It's just the American in him.
And I just get my own seats. Now I get a little bit less staring.
A little bit rainy in Schwabish Hall today, but the sun is now coming out and it's turned into a pretty nice afternoon.
Eating or drinking on the go.
Little taste of home. I'll tell you what, this is not how you blend in with the Germans.
Germans really like to sit down at a cafe or a restaurant and have their coffee or their meal or snack, whereas Americans, we don't mind getting a coffee to go or getting a snack to go and eating it on the way to something. Mostly part of the American go, go, go culture and the German culture of sitting down to enjoy things, but getting a coffee to go sometimes makes you stick out in a small German town.
I feel that.
This one is absolutely fascinating, and apparently the CIA used to teach American spies to avoid doing this in order to blend in and fit in other countries. And that is leaning on things. Apparently, Americans tend to lean up on things when they're waiting for something. I wonder if this comes from just the American desire for convenience and comfort.
I always lean on things big time. I'm a big time leaner. I feel like just cause if I stand straight for too long, like my feet and ankles start hurting. But so I know what he's talking about.
Waiting for something. I wonder if this comes from just the American desire for convenience and comfort, and instead of standing up straight right here while I wait for somebody to lean up against this tree. Since I read that, I recently started to become much more aware and conscious of that. If I'm standing in an area waiting for a train or something and look around at people and realize oftentimes I'm the only one leaning up against something, sitting on my bag. Because the Germans just stand formally and wait. Which brings me back to our metaphor about the peach and the coconuts. You see, Americans are like peaches. Bright and soft on the outside, but on the inside, hard. Americans are a bit loose and friendly and smiley on the surface, but deep down, it can be harder to make a more meaningful connection. Whereas Germans are coconuts, hard on the outside, perceived as cold, unapproachable, hard to get into. But then on the inside, soft. And this is exactly how Germans are. It takes time to crack the hard shell of a German. But once you do, you're in there on the soft, long-lasting, meaningful friendship.
Okay.
From all these things that we just spoke about, I've come to the conclusion that Germans are so much less casual about life than Americans. Americans are casual, from things to clothes, to eating and drinking, to how we carry our bodies, to friendships. Whereas Germans are not casual about any of these things. You can pretty casually eat a peach. You can't really casually eat a coconut.
There's some work that needs to be put in.
It's taken me...
That's facts. That's facts. So Americans are just much more casual than Germans. You can casually eat a peach. You can't casually eat a coconut. That's facts.
A while to be able to articulate this feeling, but I think that's a great way of putting it. And I use a little bit of both in my life. Sometimes I'm a little more casual, like an American. And sometimes I'm a little more formal, like a German. You need a little bit of both in life. All right, guys, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you next time.
That's all we got for that one. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. I got social media, Patreon all up top. You can subscribe to any of that. Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy D Neal. Out.